Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Well, we're back here again, aren't we? Well, this is our second attempt at the intro to our pork loin video. We were really happy with the rest of it, the way it turned out. We presented the food to you, we gave a little chat. We almost looked like we knew what we were doing.
Partially.
And then the videos were corrupt again, so it wasn't user error. There's actually a problem with the camera. It's taking 7 out of 10 videos and 2 or 3 of them have got a complete black screen on them and all the audio, and when you're cooking food and doing things like that, you can't redo it because unfortunately
it's cooked and I'd eaten half of it.
It went in my belly, well, our bellies. Yeah. So we've had to come back again to finish more paperwork off again. If you're ever thinking to Portugal, if they tell you, oh, come, it'll take you a couple of hours, put 2 days aside and expect to drive backwards and forwards to the city because it just takes so long to get paperwork completed here. Their bureaucracy is maluco.
Which means crazy for those of you who don't speak Portuguese.
It's a wonderful day, so we're not complaining. We're back out here. We're actually at the Castle in Castelo Branco, and we thought we'd make you a video so you can see some of the view that's behind us. Yeah. And our farm is literally up in the mountain ridge there. I don't think you're going to see it in the camera, but there's a tiny little row of little white houses you can see, and that's actually our village up there.
So I hope you guys enjoy the video that you're about to watch of us cooking in our forno.
Yeah, let's hope so, and let's hope it doesn't take us, what, 3 or 4 days to do the next intro to a video we've already filmed. Anyway, what? Because
you've probably noticed from the footage you're about to see, someone has different colours.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, she didn't really
No, I completely forgot about that, yeah.
So I've gone from blue to blonde in the next couple of seconds.
Yeah, it's very...
Yeah, I bought the wrong colour. So.
Blue. I've never seen an old lady with a blue rinse like that yet. So anyway, hope you enjoy. And we'll see you in a couple of days. Thanks, guys. And this is what's left of our olive trees that burnt in the fire. It burnt all the centres out. But these bits, it's such a shame, it was a big tree. These bits make good firewood for the bread oven. Pine cones to light the fire with. I'll show you in a second when you can see in the oven. I just like to make a little cross stack of wood. Pine cones are the best firelighters going out in Portugal. In fact, the Portuguese make large barbecues just purely on pine cones. So, see how quickly that starts. Put that in there. Now everything's starting to go, we can put a few more bits on the top. Like that. And I think Molly might come in and watch me shove this in, because we light it close there so it's easy to light. And then you can push it into the middle of the, without risking burning your head. Well, it's not that hot yet, but I've done it before, believe me, doing pizzas. In fact, if we can find it, I might put your photograph up of me. Do you remember that?
With your singed eyebrows.
Right, and we'll leave that to start to get going. We normally preheat this oven for at least an hour, depending on the fire that you've got going in there. When we don't use wood like this when we're burning pizzas and stuff, we often use the small sticks and everything else, or to make bread. Like the locals will use broom or gorse bushes or jester. When they clean their land, you'll often find them tying it up in small bundles, and you wonder, because we would burn it, you wonder what on earth they're doing, but what they're actually doing is getting their little bundles ready, and each bundle's about the size that they need to get their forno going to cook bread. It's quite a clever idea, really. Right, well, that's going to take at least an hour or so. We want a nice bed of embers on the bottom of the oven, and we want that oven red hot inside. Right, well, I've got my salt. I want some paper to dry it with, pat it with, some of our olive oil, and I want plenty of salt and some pepper. So first of all, it's a good idea to dry off the meat or any liquid that's left in the bottom of the pan. There's a tiny little residue in there. Now I'm going to score it, because we're hoping we're going to get some lovely crackling out of this. I thought I may as well also add that, look, my farmer's hands, I have washed my hands. Right, another sprinkle of salt. We want this to dry up so it goes nice and crispy, because Molly wants pork crackling. Right, and now a liberal dose of virgin olive oil. douse it in oil. As you've seen, the oven's burnt down quite a bit and it's nice and hot in there now, but we're going to keep the fire going. We'll keep the fire going once we and push everything into the meat, sorry. We're going to keep the fire going when we cook it. And another little sprinkling of salt, not loads, not too much, and keep it on the surface of the skin, otherwise you're going to end up with a really salty loin. Right, I'll cover that up till I sort the inside of the fire out. Right, well, I've adjusted the fire, and what we normally use is something like this, which keeps the pan off the bottom of the oven, otherwise it will burn the underside of the meat. You want to cook it, but you don't want to burn it. So let's put this in here. Right, use this to put it on the support inside the oven. Get the pan around the right way so it enters the oven is always a good thing. There we go, and we'll leave that in there. And hopefully in a couple of hours we're going to have something really yummy. We're hoping we can get this done before it gets dark and cold, because I think, what's the time now, about 2:30, yeah, something like that, about 2:30, so it's going to take, can you hear that? Oh.
So I'm going to be prepping some sweet potatoes, normal potatoes, some carrots, white onions, red onions, and some whole roasted cloves of garlic. Okay, so my dad managed to get some footage back, but unfortunately he lost the audio from this. And then this is the part where I'm explaining why this is my favourite recipe, because I use 2 whole bulbs of garlic, which just gives everything such an amazing flavour.
Gotta love a bit of garlic.
Of course you do.
So I'm going to check the meat in the oven. We've got our own rosemary on the farm, so this has come from some big bushes we've got up around the big tank you might have seen in some of the other videos.
And I'm now cutting my carrots in half and my potatoes in quarters. Normally I would boil them if I'm cooking them in a conventional oven, but since we're cooking them in such a good oven, I don't need to.
And this is a bay tree we've got right behind the forno. And I'm just going to pick Molly some, well, a little fresh tip, some fresh leaves. So what are you going to put on it then?
Olive oil, which is from our farm, some balsamic vinegar and some coarse salt.
Good. Right, well, I think it's about done now. The veg look lovely. I'm going to knock on the floor. You put your tea towel out.
Oh, no,
Oh.
Oh, the garlic's so caramelised.
Yeah.
Oh, she looks so good. Oh. Oh, you got all my burnt bits. Well, not burnt, but caramelised.
Stand to the let them see this because the sun's gone. You saw the start of the video. The sun was over there. I'll do some close-ups. Right, that smells amazing. Well, I'm sorry the table's only set for 2.
Fortunately.
Oh. Not quite as crispy as I'd liked it, but that's good enough. Where am I going to put this down?
Oh.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Cheers.
I love all the crispy bits. They're so caramelised and tasty. That smells awesome, doesn't it, Molly?
Yeah, it smells lovely.
Oh, now that's salt. You think we put too much salt on it? Maybe. That's just like the best bag of pork scratchings you've ever bought. Now, oh, sorry. Come on, just plate it up in there. Well, it was an afternoon well spent.
Cheers. Give me the food.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm starving.
It's delicious.
Well,
before we start, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that's recently joined our channel and also our Patreon. So thank you very much, Alexandra. I do believe your name is very much.
So if you feel like it, please pop over to Patreon if you feel like supporting us, and we're going to do a lot more of these films. It's been a lot of work today, isn't it? We've fought the light, so I'm not quite sure. Looking at the screen on the camera, practice, eh? That's all we need is some practice. So follow us along the way, and we're going to keep going.
So please like and share our videos, because sharing our videos really does help. And don't also forget to click that big subscribe button.
Yeah, the subscribe button. I think it's going to be down there somewhere.
One of these sides. That
side or that side. So, but we really want to grow the channel to 1,000 views. I'm sorry, that's lovely. Even if I say so myself, that's lovely.
Can I eat ya?
Take a piece.
Good.
So well, I hope you've enjoyed the video, watching us cooking it all. Good.
Oh.
The roast potatoes look amazing. And they are. Oh, and I can taste the onion, the garlic.
Yeah, you really didn't put too much salt on it.
No.
It might look like it, but it wasn't.
And in fact, it's actually not gone as crackling like as I'd like it, but it's
good.
But hey, we haven't cooked in the oven since 2 years ago, probably a year ago, 2 years ago. We had a fire, didn't we?
The other video we did, the focaccia breads.
The focaccia breads. That was just a sort of impromptu video that we did on our phone, wasn't it? And realised that, hey, you know, we really ought to be doing some videos. And one thing I want to sort of say is, this is one of the things that I want to restore is the bread oven. I'm going to do more videos about that. You've yet to see me doing up my lathe shed, but we want to fix this up. We're going to put some tiles. I'm going to render the rest of the wall. I'm going to fill in all the rendering around here, around the stones, and tidy it up, because we've been here 6.5 years, and we end up having to do a week's clean, well, a day's clean before we can use it, because it's pretty much in the state when we bought it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
another thing we are going to need to do is raise these ceilings.
yeah, because we can't.
I can't get through them.
I mean, they're built for Portuguese, and unfortunately we're not Portuguese.
We're not very short.
No, we're not.
I definitely got my dad's gene.
Yeah. So, well, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe.
And we will see you next week for next week's video.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Bye.
See you guys.